Part 1 of 4, Swami Vishnu-devananda talks about Master Sivananda, Yoga Camp.
A lot of duties, and this morning they had to go out for some more work, and so they brought the essence. After reading, I thought they're actually visualizing the whole event in a dream, what has passed. Then for me, the days I spent with him look like a dream now, but it is real. I remember he told once, I was about after 6 months of my stay in the ashram, I used to assist to arrange the evening satsang, prayer meeting, by putting the picture and our lights, everything in front of the Ganges on the veranda of the master. But the ashram was very small. There were only about not many disciples, not many visitors. So they could all sit on the banks of the Ganges on the veranda of the master where he used to sleep. The very veranda is now still we keep it as whole. There are not many, about 20, 30 people will be there, including visitors and the disciples. And one day after the evening meditation and the prayer meeting, he casually remarked, looking several things, and he looked at me and told, one day he had to go to America. I was only 18 and I never heard much about, my geography was very poor. I didn't like geography, not history in my school life. I heard about America a little bit, nor I used to read newspapers at that time, so I don't know much about what politics, what world is. So I thought that just another type of masters, maybe sometimes he makes jokes, and now I can see, when I look back, when he told that day, my karma is somehow destined here in this continent, and he foresee that I have to come and work up and build up an institution in his name. In fact, all my life, in a way, is directed towards his mission, whether I like it or not. Now I go back into my life all the way back, I see everything is prepared. First, in the high school, I remember we had to take some subjects. There are different subjects, and each 2 subjects we had to take compulsory, and they give me options given. There is physics, mathematics, physiology, chemistry, and then accounting and botany, chemistry, and different type of subjects. The 2 subjects we had to take. I took physiology and chemistry as my subject. My cousin laughed over about the whole thing. He asked me, am I going to be a doctor? That's the purpose of taking the subject. I said, I don't know. Now I remember now when I look back, again that helped me a lot in understanding some of the scientific truth about matter, about mind, about God. That was necessary. Maybe the whole thing, when I direct it now, I can see what I am teaching. Master's first teaching was, he emphasized physical health. He started a journal. So unwittingly, without even knowing, the tendency was there to go into that line. And eventually, it turns everything to spiritual. And after finishing my studies in high school, my early life was very, very difficult, very tough. I had to go to school to my home. For 4.5 miles I had to walk. In 4.5 miles I had to go back. 8 and 9 miles every day I had to walk. And then the difficult part was, I had to carry books, lunch, and walk. It was too much, so sometimes I would have to skip carrying lunch. Sometimes I had to swim during the rainy season. We had to swim the rivers and streams. Everywhere you see monsoon is beyond your imagination in our country. We got no winter where I come from, but we got terrible monsoons. It pours. Every field, every street, everything can become a waterway in that time. So first thing we had to learn is how to swim. And the older students, we always go in groups, not alone. It's very difficult to walk, first of all, 4.5 miles alone through the paddy fields and forests and rivers and riverlets. Second thing is, company is very important, and the older students who are more older to our age, they help the young ones to cross the rivers, to cross the streams. So they learn from the very beginning a kind of unity among children to help each other. By the time when we grew up and the young ones who are coming, we will be leading them across the streams and rivers just like we have been led by the people who have gone ahead of us. So there is a life of intense affection among the students itself. And as soon as I finished my studies, I was 16 at finished my high school, that intense desire, I don't know, was to leave home. I would like to continue my studies. Mostly my tendencies were towards scientific nature, mostly electronics, engineering. This is in my blood. I used to play with lot, with lens and chemistry, electricity. There is no electricity in our hometown, so I used to collect all the father's battery and make a long thing to connect to get enough electricity to look into how the electric bell works and whatever the school says I create. So also there's a telescope, say they have to make a telescope, I steal father's all spectacles and took all the lenses out and made a long telescope out of it. I used to put a cardboard and look into it, how it works. So I played a lot, and mostly my line was in that temperament was towards scientific investigation. But though I know that university is too far away to get an engineering education, it's very hard in India. It's too difficult. It's only few students admitted. Mostly at that time the training was given just British rule, and the training was given only to bring up more clerks and office workers. So that's the thing at that time they needed. So there was little opportunity for scientific temperamental students to get into an education at that time. So anyhow, I thought maybe the best thing is, it was war. Maybe joining in the Navy, I may be able to get more knowledge on this subject. But I was underage, and moreover, I never came more than 14 miles from my home. My parents were very strict, and my father was really disciplinarian. From the very childhood, he put me into tremendous discipline. I must get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, wash myself, take a bath, and study. According to the rule of India, Orthodox rule, early morning is the best time for studying as your mind is calm. So every child should get up in the morning, and the parents insist they must take a wash and bath and then take their book and sit and study. This invariably see this. Then afternoon, just before supper, the whole family members should come, all Orthodox families. They come in front of the veranda. The oldest person in the house, she will be in charge, and she is like a queen in the house. She may be grandmother, she may be grand auntie, makes no difference. And the oldest person has got the respect. So she takes command and brings all the young and old, everyone, and then they sit together and do a prayer for half an hour before supper. And then we repair. And of course, we don't have electricity nor any other recreations. Mostly we use oil lamps, so we have to repair very early. So my father used to sleep upstairs, and I used to sleep with my auntie down. He goes very early to the field, that is the landowner, and he worked all his life in the land. He hasn't got any Western education or English education except basic language of his mother tongue. And so he's very much devoted to his work, and he likes his field and cattle and cows. So he gets up 5 o'clock in the morning and then finishes washing, and 6 o'clock sharp he will come down and he'll go to the field. And he used to scold me if I don't wake up at that time. So I learned that art of finding out when he wakes up. There's no alarm clock, there's no watch anywhere in our home. We always, when we go to school, we have to learn the position of the sun to find the time. And we look the shades of the tree or shade of certain thing, and by measuring the